Welcome back to my 12 Days of Christmas. This is day 6, we're reaching the halfway point. And today, another kind of little crafting activity video, and today's show is The Good Place, which technically qualifies because I did react to the series finale on my channel. Some people can still view it, I think. It did get blocked and they rejected my dispute, which was very annoying of them, but what can you do, it is what it is. But I did react to that this year because obviously the show ended earlier this year. I kind of binged the entire show in a couple of days, and then when I reached the series finale I thought, I'll do a reaction to this, which I did. Very emotional stuff, but I also think it was such a beautiful show, an amazing story, some really funny heartfelt characters, and the finale I thought was so perfect, really bittersweet, but lots of great messages behind The Good Place. And I love that, you know, the creators and everything had that respect for their show to not let it go on too long and feel like, okay, 4 seasons is enough, we can wrap up the story here, you know, we're going to go out on a high, we're going to go out while people are still really enjoying the show, really loving us and wanting more. So I love that they didn't like drag it out and let the quality decline if they felt they didn't have the story there. I really did respect that decision. As sad as it was to lose such a wonderful, hilarious show, certainly was like one of my favourite recent comedies in like the last 2 years. You know, sad as it was, we got an incredible 4 seasons out of it and a really lovely, complete story. So thought we'd celebrate The Good Place by doing some kind of crafty thing. I was kind of stuck for ideas on this one for a bit, but then I kind of was scrolling online thinking like, what different activities could I do, and then I saw on Etsy of all places some like Good Place badges. And I thought, I could maybe make some badges, I'm sure that's a thing I can do. So I went online and found a kit. It's designed for kids, so I should be okay. But yeah, we've got this set up here. We're going to be custom making our own Good Place themed little badges, and yeah, having a bit of fun with them, hopefully. Fairly simple setup. It came with, you know, a lot of these, so I can make 10 in total. So it comes with this and a few bits of paper. You just put your designs on there, plug it into the plastic bit, attach that. Simple as that. And yeah, if I can do it, you guys can do it. And like I said, this kit was literally designed for kids. It does come with quite a few of these, only enough like badge components, I guess, to like make probably 10. But if you want to make spare ones, you can like swap them out from time to time, or if you like mess up, you still have some more kind of blank piece of paper that you can still do designs on, which is very handy in case things get horribly wrong here. I have kind of a general idea of what I want to do with the 10 badges. I've kind of thought of some like designs or quotes and stuff that I want to put on them. And then I have some felt tips, I have some paints, just in case the inspiration takes me to do something a bit different with some of them. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work out, but I thought it was just a fun little activity to kind of get on with while we chat about The Good Place. So yeah, I guess we should just get started. So I thought I'd kind of start off simple with the first one, just to like warm myself up into it, with the classic kind of iconic welcome, everything is fine kind of sign. Obviously just drawing it freehand like this. I got a green felt tip. I'm not going to be able to like copy the font or anything by any means. I didn't want to just like print out some designs and put them in the badges because I felt that was a bit too simple in what was already a pretty simple kind of thing to assemble. So I thought I'd still do my own spin on it and, you know, make them personalised in that sense. So that's just going to be the first one we're kind of starting out with anyway. So yeah, The Good Place. What an amazing show. I actually had a really lovely experience with it because I didn't react to it until obviously the last episode. I kind of binge watched it, which I really don't do anymore. Since I started reacting, I'm actually, I have no time to watch TV live. I do not watch live TV anymore because I'm always filming shows that I react to, so there's just no time in the day to do it. And the only time I really watch live TV is like when Doctor Who's on, and even then I react to it, so it's not quite the same. So it's very rare that I just take that time to myself and binge something. If the TV's ever on in my house, it's normally because I'm playing video games. So yeah, that was a weird experience, and because there's so many good shows out there that I want to check out. I'm like, well, should I save them for reactions, or do I even have time to do them? Or if I am watching something and like I'm feeling bad, I could be doing a reaction right now. Like, but you also need to give yourself time off, of course. But yeah, that was a really bizarre experience to actually let myself binge something. And I also find, since I started reacting, I can't kind of stomach just watching, like, I can't binge like 40 plus minute episodes of TV anymore. Like, I just have to watch one and I'm like, you know what, I'm whacked out, because I watch a 40-minute episode of TV or something, and then I'm kind of like in that mindset, like, okay, well, now I'm going to spend the next 4 or 5 hours like working on this and editing the reaction to it. So I find it a bit hard to hold my concentration now. I used to be really good at, watching shows like that all day long, but since I started reacting, I can't do it anymore. But The Good Place, obviously the episodes were a lot shorter, so I just, for some reason, I could watch a lot of them in one go and feel like I was actually making progress, I guess, because you get through the episodes a lot quicker. But yeah, I kind of binged the entire 3 and a bit seasons in 3 days or something, and then I got to the finale, and I loved the show so much. I just thought, well, I want to celebrate it, and I don't normally do many comedies on my channel. I thought it'd be a different kind of one-off thing to do. It's like I did the series finale of Arrow as well. I watched the last ever episode of that. I did a reaction to it. Gotham, I did the last ever episode of that as well when that kind of aired. Just like one-off reactions, even if I didn't do them as like a main series thing. And yeah, it kind of worked out well in the end, I would say. And yeah, just such a beautiful story. I honestly think the finale is one of my favourite episodes. So if you are a fan of The Good Place, who's your favourite character, favourite season, stuff like that, do let me know. Another reason why I didn't necessarily binge watch the show, and react to it anyway as I was binging it. I knew the big twist at the end of season 1 anyway. That was kind of like a big famous spoiler that I'd had for it. So I was like, well, are people really going to watch my reactions to season 1 when all season 1 builds to the thing that I already know about? So I felt a bit more comfortable binging it then, instead of feeling bad that I'm not reacting to it. There you go, simple enough. First badge done. Boom. Obviously these aren't going to be the best things in the world. I'm not kind of planning for that, but yeah, this is just kind of an excuse for me to talk about a show I really like, really. Okay, so the next one, I thought I would base this one on the sweater that Eleanor wears in the last ever episode in her final scene, as she kind of walks through the gate, because I kind of spoke about it on the Good Place podcast. It was 6 lines that looked like a kind of rainbow effect, and it kind of represented all the 6 main characters, which I thought was really nice. So I thought maybe I'd just copy that kind of rainbow pattern on this so it looks like the front of Eleanor's sweater. I thought that would be an interesting thing to do, so I am going to look up a reference image so I know what colours to do. I probably will paint these on, actually. I think that could make it look quite nice. Okay, so I might try and put an image of it on screen in case you haven't seen the show and you're still watching this for some reason, just so you kind of know what the sweater looks like. I'm going to try and copy that kind of rainbow pattern on it. So there's a really light pink, there's an orange, there's a light green, a dark green, a light blue, kind of like a violet-y purple thing. So I think I might paint those on, perhaps. I think that could be fun. So yeah, let's give this a go, shall we? So yeah, I'd say probably the series finale is actually one of my favourite episodes. I really adore it. But I wouldn't say it's really a bad episode. I like the arc when they kind of sneak into the bad place. I thought that was all fun. You see a lot of development for Michael there in particular. And any time the judge appeared, I loved the judge. She was hilarious. But I think Jason's probably my favourite character between Jason and Chidi. But Jason definitely made me laugh the most. I really enjoyed him a lot. Then favourite season, not quite sure. I liked the Australia stuff in season 3, I think that was, but it wasn't my favourite arc. So probably season 1 or season 4 would probably be my favourite, but let me know what your favourites were. One of the badges I did want to do was something to do with waves, like Chidi's kind of speech about death in the final episode, but I just didn't feel like I could do a wave or anything justice. I don't know how I'd quite draw one that wouldn't look ridiculous, so I kind of didn't go through with that. I could still have done something to do with the quote, but I'm gonna have some spare ones, so I may do that in my own time. So it's not like I'm just going to do these and throw it away. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but you know, I don't think anyone's going to particularly want them. But it's a nice little celebration of a very lovely little show. But yeah, if you haven't seen The Good Place, I definitely would recommend checking it out. You know, and the good thing is with like comedies and stuff like that is, since they only have like 20-minute episodes, you can kind of watch the first one and kind of see if it's for you or not. And if it's not, then you haven't wasted too much time, which I think is always a positive about watching a comedy like that. But also sometimes you just need to give it a few episodes to really get into it. And I think I kind of had that with The Good Place. It took a few episodes to really like settle in, then you kind of realise what type of show it wants to be and what it's going for, and you understand the sense of humour and everything. I think it really does shine. And there's just some really great stuff in there, some really cool, you know, character development and really like laugh out loud moments. Like some of the things that come out of Jason's mouth just floored me. The cast are also great. It's Darcy, I think is the actress's name, who plays Janet. Oh my god. She is so beyond brilliant in that role. I can't believe she didn't win any Emmys. But even like some of the side characters, like Trevor, who Adam Scott played in it, just so great. Okay, so that's the design done for my second badge, and then the sweater, I think it's basically dry. This paint is drying very quickly on this paper, which is very good. Yeah, I think that's fine now. So let's make up another badge. Simple as that. So I think this pack, I think it's kind of advertised as like a good activity for like a party or something. If you're having like a kids party, they could all make a badge each or something like that. So yeah, I really like that one. I'm really happy with how that one turned out. I think just to kind of make them a bit more colourful, a lot of these I'm going to like just paint a random colour background over. But this next one's kind of based around Michael saying "take it sleazy," which is the very last line of the show. And it's something Michael says at one point. He always wanted to have a chance to say that to someone, and he gets it, which is a nice little touch. I think what I might do actually is just paint up quite a few of these now so I can give them a chance to dry, because I think a lot of these are going to have like just solid colour backgrounds to them, and so that might be the easier thing to do, to guarantee they dry before I kind of put stuff on them. I also really enjoyed how The Good Place kind of focused on ethics and like philosophies and stuff like that. It's actually surprisingly educational in that sense. Like even at uni, during my uni course, we talk about like, ethics and stuff, and the lecturer played a clip from one of the episodes when they talk about the trolley problem as like an example of it. So, you know, it's not just a comedy. It can offer like really educational things and great character studies, and yeah, it talks obviously a lot about philosophers and all their different kind of theories and stuff, which I always found very interesting. So not only can you get a lot of like laughs out of The Good Place, I think you can learn a lot from it as well, in terms of like, you know, being human and being good, being evil, and you know, philosophy and all these questions about life as well. It offers a lot. Okay, so I'm going to try and emulate Michael's glasses on the top of this. Okay, the next one is one of my other favourite quotes. Eleanor kind of calls people basic. She's like, "You're basic," and I like using that. And how Michael kind of learns when he, you know, becomes a lot better friends with the group. He kind of uses it on someone, and he's like, "You're devastated right now. You're devastated," which I think is hilarious. Let's go for a bit of orange with this next one. This is another kind of Eleanor quote here. Let's use a purple felt tip for this one, shall we? I feel like I've read somewhere purple and orange go together. Did I learn that in my graphics class in school? I can't remember. Okay, 5 down, 5 to go. The next one, I need to again find a reference picture for. I think this is from the final episode again, and Jason gives Janet like a little necklace or something like that says J and J on it, which I thought was very wholesome. And Janet, even like years and years later, she still can be seen like wearing it, which I think is really cool. So yeah, it's kind of like a gold design with purple kind of running throughout it. So I feel like maybe we leave the main thing white and then we just draw on or paint on the actual thing. I don't really have like a gold kind of coloured paint, which would be ideal, so I think I might mix a bit of my yellow with a bit of the orange, perhaps. That might make a bit more of a goldy colour. We'll see how it goes. Not quite sure how well this will show up actually on the purple. Maybe if I really layer it on. Maybe I'll go over it with like an orange felt tip or something when it's dry. That might improve it a bit. And again, I'll need a reference picture. And this one could go horribly wrong, but let's find out. A popular kind of explanation of time in The Good Place is the phrase Jeremy Bearimy, and you kind of measure time in Jeremy Bearimy. So, we're going to try and recreate how Michael kind of explains it on like a whiteboard, how he writes it out. Okay, didn't go terribly. I probably should have started a bit further along because I was starting to run out of room there. But I'm actually fairly happy with how that turned out. That's still drying, so I can't go over that just yet. So let's just get this one put up. And we just need, for these final three, they're all kind of quotes again, so I'm going to get some block colours in for the backgrounds. Okay, so those block coloured ones are done and quickly drying. I've had a bit of an inspiration for this other one. It was just going to be another like block coloured one with a quote on it. I'm still going to use the quote, but it's a quote from Janet that she says quite a lot. And I'm going to try and like recreate her like dress in the background, kind of a similar way to this one with Eleanor's sweater. I'll have that in the background of this one, so it looks like Janet's dress with a quote from her, hopefully. But before I do that, I'll quickly put the quotes on these. So we have "What the fork," because obviously you can't swear in The Good Place, so it automatically kind of censors your swear words. And "That's bullshit," which is another kind of censor. So let's do this. I might even like draw a fork instead of writing fork. Okay, so that's everything done. We made 10 badges in all. Obviously, I still have loads of spare ones left in the kit that they sent, but only enough proper holders and everything to make 10 badges, so I could keep making more. I do have more ideas, and who knows when this could come in handy later on down the line, you know. And considering this whole kit was like £3 on Amazon, something like that, it wasn't expensive at all. It was actually a really kind of neat thing, and I'm genuinely happy with a lot of how these turned out. I think they're quite cool, and it's just a different kind of way of getting to talk about a show that I only reacted to one episode of. But nonetheless, it's a very, very good one. And like I said earlier, if you haven't seen The Good Place, do check it out if you need a laugh. And I think we could all use a laugh in 2020. Very clever show, very witty, very funny, but also can be quite heartbreaking at times. And yeah, just the perfect ending, you know. It's one of those shows this year either had like the perfect ending or an ending we don't want to talk about. That was kind of the case of a lot of shows I reacted to on my channel. But luckily, The Good Place was definitely still holds a good place in my heart, that's for sure, given how it all wrapped up in a really lovely way. And it was an awesome 4 seasons, and it doesn't take necessarily that long to get through, because it's like a lot of them are like 20-minute long episodes and not that many episodes a season. So yeah, do check it out if you haven't already. It's quite a spectacular and unique show. And I get to celebrate it with some badges that I made, which is pretty cool. So I'm wearing one, in case you can see it there. That's the Take It Sleazy one. So I thought I'd put that one up. Then the other ones we had was the Welcome, Everything is Fine. The one I finished off last, in case you didn't get a proper good look at it, it says not a robot, which is something Janet says. And in the background, I've loosely kind of recreated the pattern on her dress. So that's that one. We also had the kind of rainbow pattern on Eleanor's sweater that she wears in the final episode. We have the J&J kind of heart pendant thing that Jason gives to Janet. Didn't come out brilliantly, but it did help when I went over it and felt tip. But yeah, that's kind of a write-off, that one. I might redo that one. We have That's Bullshit. We have What the Fork. We have Yeah Basic. We have I'm a Legit Snack, which is one I probably never wear because I don't have the self-confidence. And then last but not least, we have the Jeremy Bearimy, which actually I'm really, really happy with this one. This is probably my favourite one. Apart from, I like the Eleanor one as well, the rainbow thing on it, and I like the Take It Sleazy. But this one I was really worried about recreating, but actually went quite well. I think I might redo it just so I can get the framing on it right, because I started a bit too forward on this side and it would give me a lot more room. But in terms of like recreating how it looked on the show, I think that went really well. I'm actually really happy with that one, so big fan of that as well. So those are the 10 badges I kind of made. Different kind of thing to do to celebrate The Good Place. So yeah, just a really wonderful show. Do check it out. And I'm gonna have to wrap it up here, I guess. I feel kind of free and happy and exhausted, even though it's day 6 for you guys. You're halfway through the countdown. This is actually the last one of these that I'm filming, just with like scheduling and stuff. This had to be the last one I filmed, so I'm actually finished recording all of these now. Still a bit of editing to do, but yeah, very excited to have gotten a lot of hours done on this, because this actually, just making these badges took me 1 hour and 10 minutes of footage to go through, so I still have a bit of editing to do to get this all to come together, but I'm all done. Obviously you guys still have another half of the countdown to go, so I hope you look forward to what's to come there. But yeah, that's a little celebration of A Good Place with some little badges. Really neat little thing. It's a great way of passing time, actually. I would recommend kind of taking it up as a little hobby if you wanted, especially with the set on Amazon as cheap as it was. So yeah, this was a lot of fun actually. I had a very chill time. I didn't feel too stressed about it. You know, some of them didn't turn out the way I would have wanted, or they don't look necessarily that great, but I'm not that stressed about it. I can always try again, or even so, it was a fun little thing to do. So if you want like a little hobby or activity that you're not going to get too frustrated by if things go wrong, I recommend doing something like this with the badges. And obviously it could be about anything, not just A Good Place, but that's what we've gone for today, to celebrate a wonderful show that has once again ended this year. So yeah, that's going to be everything for this video, and I will see you tomorrow for day 7.